Hey everybody, welcome back to the Rant. I'm Rob, with me is Jeremy and Josh. That's right, I dragged them both into the studio by the collar. They were kicking and screaming, but you know what? They love this shit too much. They had to weigh in. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
I am not in a studio.
We know you're not in a studio. Why do you have to break the illusion?
Because
Damn you.
should
Damn
know.
you for breaking the fourth wall. If there is such a thing in radio, I don't know. So, today we're going to talk about a couple of new video game titles, one of which Jeremy is obsessed with, and with good reason. It's a pretty cool looking game. And the other one, well, let's face it, it's a hardcore following that's been going on for that game for many, many years, and Josh has been mainlining it. Josh, why don't we start with yours, because I have a feeling it's going to be good. Tell us about...
I've been playing Viva Pinata for... No, No, I've been hardcoring Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain for the past week now, and
It sounds like pornographic.
it might as well be. I can't stop playing the game. It's just so damn good.
Oh, the weird tone in your voice there was almost like you were talking about porn you were addicted to.
Oh, might be.
The whole damn title sounds like an amputee thing. It's creepy.
Well, he does lose an arm.
Oh, spoiler alert!
It's
Damn
in the
it.
first 5 seconds of the game. Well, at the end,
You knew that from Ghost Pain or whatever the hell.
You know, I never finished.
Why do you think
I never
it's called
finished the other
Ghost
one.
Pain?
Ground Zero. It pretty much picks up after Ground Zero. So
You know, though, Jeremy, just to point out, just because the fucking title references that doesn't mean I know which goddamn character is going to get his arm removed.
What other character would they give a shit enough about?
Dude, it's Metal
to
Gear
name
Solid.
the
There's
game
like
after
80
them?
fucking characters that have been
Well,
constant since the
there's not gonna be
original.
anymore now, so it doesn't matter.
I know, that part makes me sad. I like Kojima. His stuff is awesome.
No. It was announced this morning that Konami is no longer making AAA games. Ever.
boom.
I'm sad now.
Ever again.
Well, sort of sad. There was only a couple of titles I really loved.
Let Josh rant about his video game.
My video. Yeah, well, actually, I'm the only person who has it in this trio. Oh, man. Well, where do I start? I mean, the graphics are really good. Like, take take Ground Zeroes and times it by 10.
Take the game I'm talking about and times it by 10.
Yes. And then, I mean, gameplay is a little bit changed from Ground Zeroes, but it's changed in a good way. It's more accessible for your iDroid and the map and stuff like that. Plus, the soundtrack is pretty killer on the game. You have to find the cassettes, and it's all 80s songs. So you got everything from Man-Eater by Hall & Oates to Take On Me by Aha. So it's fun to go around killing and sneaking around listening to the 80s tracks from the time. And there's also the normal music to the game as well you can listen to.
I want to play Aha and pop out from underneath the cardboard box.
Yeah, the cardboard box is back, and it's better than ever. There's a lot of cool things about the game. The new buddy system has at first you only have a horse, then you can get a wolf to follow you around, then you have a sniper who follows you, have a mech. I mean, it's just I've only gone through 17% of the game, but I've been playing for I don't know, hours. I probably have a day's worth of play, and I've only 17% of the game now. It's ridiculous.
It's always a good sign when you've lost track of reality because of a game.
It's my life now. I can't stop playing it. You have to tear me away from the game to do anything.
Nice, nice.
Let's
see that Passages Malibu Addiction Clinic tackle that one.
You can't tear me away from my video games.
I have to pry the controller out of my cold, dead hands, sir.
There's plenty of side ops to do in the game. I mean, they're all pretty basic. You know, rescue this guy, rescue that guy. And the only difference between Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain for extractions is now you can use the airlift, which launches a giant balloon and they fly off into the air, which is hilarious. It's probably one of my favorite features of the games right now. It's called like an air extraction or something. You can still call in the chopper.
Like a big weather balloon?
Yeah, it's like a weather balloon. It just goes, it inflates and then goes, and they're gone. And if the weather's bad, they'll get lost and die. But as long as the weather's clear, your extraction team will find it and take them back to the base, and then they'll join the ranks in your army, which is a big part of the game as well. You can extract enemy soldiers who have the skills that you need, and you can extract them, and they'll add to your army, and you can build up the mother base. It starts out as one platform, and then you build more platforms and more platforms until you have a whole big thing. There's plenty of different departments and developments you can make, plenty of weapons to choose from, plenty of different gadgets to choose from. My favorite gadget has to be the C4, and just blow everything up. There are outposts in the game that you can capture. It'll give you bonus points for capturing them, and of course they get restocked with enemies once you leave the map. But you can take those over. Sometimes if they're bigger, they have like a radio you can destroy, and comms posts to destroy, and an air radar, and AA guns, and all those different things. And if you destroy them, your chopper can come in closer, give you air support, pick you up and drop you off much easier. So it's really cool that way. Also, the main missions are very thrilling. It picks up, like I said, right from Ground Zero. You wake up and you get going, and there's a new enemy on the field that I will not discuss because I don't want to spoil anything. But they are pretty insane.
Raiden.
It's not Raiden. It's not Raiden. Raiden's gone. He hasn't even shown his face in this game, actually.
Well, if you actually are only like 17% in, then who knows? I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds like Kojima was just like, balls to the wall on this thing, man. I don't want people to ever finish it.
There are 3 different areas to explore that I've found so far. There's Afghanistan, Africa, and your main base of operations. You can explore there and pick up the random diamonds that suddenly appear everywhere. But Africa is really cool. It has a jungle feel to it. There's child soldiers you can't kill or you fail the mission, so it makes it a little bit harder to sneak around. And if you get caught, you can't kill them because you just failed the mission because it's like, hey, you shouldn't shoot kids. And Afghanistan,
small slice of morality in a Metal Gear game.
Afghanistan's also really cool because dust storms will come and they'll totally blind the enemy and yourself. So if you're riding on your horse and you're running, and all of a sudden a sandstorm comes, you can run into anything. Like a truck will come and just run you over because you can't see where you're going, or you'll fall off a cliff because you're like, oh, lost the road and now I'm dead. So it's a very cool feature in the game. Weather changes pretty much as the day goes on, and yes, there is a night and day system that the game does. And also, when you're doing upgrades and stuff, especially stuff to expand your base, you have to wait an hour and 40 minutes for them to build it or something like that. And it'll be real time. It's not, an hour and 40 minutes in like a minute. You know what I'm saying? So if you use the option to have time go forward really fast, which is called the Phantom Sicar, it won't affect the hour and 45 minutes. So you have to play and you have to do stuff in order to make the time go by a little bit faster for you.
I wonder if you can cheat in that by setting the clock on the PS4 ahead.
The game has its own clock.
Oh, nice. They thought of that one. I remember people doing that on previous games years and years ago. Like, if there was a time-related thing, they'd go out to their, like, dashboard or whatever and set the clock ahead, like, 24 hours. And, oh, everything's done, and it only took 30 seconds.
Calendar Man from Arkham City. Easiest way to get the achievement. The only 2 things that kind of bug me about the game, one, I was talking to Jeremy at the comic stop earlier, is the crawling is still not fixed. So you'll press forward and you'll, for some reason, go backwards sometimes. And that kind of messes you up, especially when you're trying to sneak around and all of a sudden the guy's there and you're like, oh, I need to back up. And you go forward and they spot you. It's like, oh, game over now. And then the other thing is, what was the other thing? I don't even remember.
There is no other thing.
There is no other thing, bro. I don't think there really is another thing.
The other thing is the true Phantom Pain.
Now I know. Some of the levels glitch. And the one that I had glitch was one where you have to extract a prisoner, and I've done it 3 times, 3 different ways, and it keeps telling me I finished the level and giving me the points, but then when I reload the game, it takes away the points, and the level is still there, ready to go. It's only a side op, so it's not crucial. But still, for the 100% completionist in me, it's bugging me a lot. And they've already fixed 2 of the missions, and they send out... they give you messages before the game starts saying, hey, these 2 missions don't work, or these 3 missions aren't working, and they're like, oh, we're fixing them. So they fixed 2 so far. They're still fixing the one that I'm getting stuck on. And then there was one other thing. In the prologue, I guess if you pull out your iDroid and go to a specific page, the game will glitch out, and I think they fixed that one too. And the nice thing is, since all these things are happening, they're giving you rewards for every day you play. Every day you log on, you get like 1 million diamond, or they'll give you plants or stuff to help you out, which is nice to them, you know? Yeah. So it was very nice of them to do. As for DLC, I don't even know what I unlocked with the code that I put in. It gives me question marks in the add-on section, so I don't even know what I got. It might have been weapons, I don't know. But all in all, I mean, the game is like a 9 out of 10. If it wasn't for the crawling and the crashed levels, it would be a 10 out of 10. But since there are the crashed levels and the crawling is kind of messed up, I have to give it a 9. Even though I love this game, it's my favorite game of the year so far. And if Fallout 4 doesn't impress me more than this, it might be game of the year. So
Battlefront.
And Battlefront pulls through as well.
Battlefront could be a big giant pile of shit in a box, and it'll be my favorite game of the year.
Please don't say that. I'm looking forward to that game.
I open the game and it's a giant turd. I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah, that's...
Or
I will start crying.
Like on Jeopardy this week. Anyway.
How do I even put this in my
God. Open the box, there's just like a lightsaber chopstick shoved into a dog turd. Like, here's what you pre-ordered. Enjoy.
And the day 1 bonus is like some seasoning. Put a little parsley on there. Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
First DLC is the other chopstick. It's like, they email it to you.
It was supposed to be the Battle of Jakku, but we thought this would be more appropriate.
I don't want to curse this. Jeremy, let's move on to something else that's nice and Star Wars fueled. Please tell us about Infinity 3.0.
One more thing, I'm sorry. If you want a full detailed review, I do have one on my latest Jarshcast, number 32. So it's right at the beginning of that, if anyone wants to listen to an even more detailed take on it.
Yes, please, go check it out. It's only 8 hours long.
It's like 20 minutes for Metal Gear.
We're just kidding. It's 20 minutes. But go check it out, people. Go check out Josh's site, or channel. It's important that you check out Jarshcast. Jeremy, take us away.
It is good. Robert, what are you playing right now?
No, seriously, no. Is it good? Because I have never played any of the Infinity games.
Yeah,
like
the other games were very lacking. The first one was okay. The second one was garbage. It's just complete and utter garbage. They took Marvel and slapped it on the box, and that was about it.
Even though the starter pack comes with that girl from Brave and I think Stitch from Lilo and Stitch or something.
Yes.
Hey, Marvel.
That made total sense.
Marvel, but here's some Disney characters.
Yeah. But the third one, they actually tried, and it shows. All I've played so far is the Star Wars levels. I do have the Inside Out playset to start, but we haven't tried that yet. We actually got a Wii U this week as well, so... Oh, and I will have a rant about Wii U this week on this channel. But anyway, we'll save that for later. As far as Infinity is concerned, it's incredibly fun. It's very simple. You have to do things like search and find and racing where there's no time limits, and but it's a fun way to pass the time. It's neat. There's a lot of really awesome touches for Star Wars fans. There's a lot of characters that are included in the game. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe they actually went that deep into the game. I actually have the Rise of the Empire set already because I bought the big Saga bundle that had early access. Yeah, early access to that set with Luke and Leia and the Boba Fett figure.
Nice. Very nice.
We went out that morning and got that. I had it on pre-order, and then we went to all of the stores to get the exclusive Rebels characters. So we got all of those. We got the play discs. We got Obi-Wan and Yoda. And, I mean, when we play it for a good 4 or 5 hour chunk. I mean, we do everything.
Nice.
And it's really addictive. Like I said, it's simple gameplay. The one knock I'll have on it so far is that flying any spaceship or driving any vehicle besides like running around on a Tauntaun is extremely difficult.
Is it like one of those dual stick type deals? Like one is pitch and the other's...
No, it's not that intuitive.
Ow.
It's not Flight Simulator.
No, it's just... It's hard to describe besides just being like, oh god, can we please stop flying now and just do other things?
Does it like make you motion sick or anything, or is it just that difficult to get used to?
It's just that difficult and mind-numbing and awful. It's really awful. It's really, really bad. I can't even pull any punches.
So like that for you, it's definitely a big strike against it. Like they better patch this kind of thing.
I wouldn't even say a strike because it's not really much of the game. You can get everywhere by foot. It just takes a little longer.
Okay.
But I mean, each world you visit there's a lot to do on it. There's simple tasks, but there's a lot to do. There's a lot of hidden stuff to find. You can play as any Star Wars character in any playset as well. Like we've been playing as Sabine and from Rebels and Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars and Rebels, instead of the original trilogy characters running around on Hoth doing original trilogy things. But it doesn't follow the story of Star Wars to a T. They make a few like little changes here and there just for story's sake for the game. But unless you're somebody like me that knows those movies backwards and forwards, it's not really going to bug you that much. The graphics are... I like the art style of those games. I like the blocky, choppy-looking anime-style characters, and I think it lends itself really well to Star Wars. It's very kid-friendly. It's very family-friendly. You can pick this up and play it with literally anybody and be playing like a Jedi Master in about 5 minutes. It's very, very easy to get addicted to. I will say that I have the Toy Box Takeover downloadable set as well, where you can play through battle mode with characters, but we haven't tried that yet either. We're really focused on getting everything done in the Star Wars games, and it takes a while. So I'm enjoying it. I mean, we spent. Let's see, all told, with all of the figures, we bought the power disc. If you wanted to buy everything Star Wars that you could possibly get on release day, the only way to get Boba Fett and that Saga bundle was on PlayStation 4, by the way. It was early access. The only way to do it was PS4. But if you bought everything Star Wars and didn't buy anything else, but you bought one of everything that was available, we spent about $180.
Ooh, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, yeah. If you compare it to a lot of other games that don't provide nearly the amount of entertainment, yeah, that's not bad at all. No, I was actually expecting you to be like, we dropped like $300-400. No big deal.
Jesus. $3,000.
No. Well, that's always been my worry on any of these games where you have to buy all of these add-ons. It's like, are they going to put out shit that I really love, and as a result, am I going to just drain my bank account on like a monthly basis to get the stuff I really want? That's always been my worry. It's like, can I afford this game on a general principle level?
Yep. And I think it's going to be enough between that and Lego Dimensions the next Sunday. Between those two games, I think we're going to have plenty to keep us busy until Battlefront comes out in November and we completely forget about every other video game that ever existed.
Well, I was going to ask if you were going to maybe do some updates on this in the future, but it just occurred to me, yeah, once we all get Battlefront, there's not going to be much else for a while.
In 2 weeks at the end of the month, the Vader, Han, Chewie, and the Vader, Han, and Chewie figures come out, so we'll pick those up. We already unlocked them in the game, so we can already play as them. Because those are just single characters, and then the Darth Maul comes out October 3rd. We'll pick that up. And we'll keep playing. We're going to play Inside Out. I think there's a couple other play sets coming out that I'm interested in. I want to play that battle mode thing. That sounds like it's going to be a blast. So we're definitely going to get our money's worth out of it. I'm not worried about that. But if you're looking for a character, what do they call those? What's the term for those stupid things for these games?
Sandbox?
Children friendly?
Jesus Christ. No. There's an actual term for these. Well, if figure-based gaming, I don't know, we'll call it that.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a figure-based game, I would be hard-pressed to tell you to buy something else besides this. I mean, it's Star Wars, and it's really simple. I would say buy it. It's really fun. Even if you don't go like the full 9 yards like I did and get everything, you can get just the starter pack with Anakin and Ahsoka, and then just pick up figures later and just play as that, and that's just as much fun. So, I'd say get it.
Well,
so
I do have
like
an announcement.
100% recommendation for like the casual gamer then?
Oh, it's a recommendation for any kind of gamer.
Nice. You heard it. That's an endorsement from our Star Wars expert.
I do have an announcement to make.
Throw it down, Josh.
I bought Disney Infinity 3.0 yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
What did you buy?
I just bought the starter pack because if I don't know I'm gonna definitely like a game, I'm not gonna go the 9 yards like you did. So
I was a little worried. I mean, I knew I would want I knew I wanted to, because back when the first Infinity came out, the first thought I had when I saw it on the shelf was, man, it'd be really cool if they did Star Wars like this. But because I at least want the figures. And then when they announced this, I'm like, God damn it. And then dropping that kind of money, like opening it all and looking at it, I was like, oh man, if this is not a good game, oh boy.
Yeah, that sucked.
I know a couple people who work at GameStop, so they may have been more lenient with their return policy. But next Sunday, so next time I'm on this show, God knows when that'll be.
It'll be Lego Dimension.
It'll be Lego Dimensions. Did you guys hear this week? They got all of the original voice cast for all of the levels. Like,
oh, nice.
Michael J. Fox is voicing Marty McFly in Lego Dimensions.
Sweet.
Nice.
And the Doctor's back, too?
The Doc is back. All of the original voice cast for Portal, all of the original voice casts from the Lego movie, all of the voice casts from Jurassic Park, and Doctor Who. All of the sets have their original voice casts and actors. That's an incredible get for a game like that.
Very much so. Very much.
The only thing that irks me about the Lego Dimensions is the price on everything. It's all because it's Lego. It's all more than like Disney Infinity is. For the basic game, it's $100 for the starter pack.
That's what the starter packs were for Infinity before this one.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know, but
and
it's still a lot of money.
The individual figures were $13.99 and $14.99. That's how much the Dimension packs are.
I saw they were like $20.
Those are deluxe packs.
Oh, gee, you've studied this more than I have.
Yeah, I had to because I didn't know what I was buying. Well, all I'm getting to start with is the starter pack, the Portal pack, because Marilyn really wants to. She loves Portal, so she wants to play that, and she wanted to have the Lego figures. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting the Back to the Future because it's fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah. I really want the Stew and the Back to the Future one too. I think those are going to be great.
Yeah. The voice cast for Scooby-Doo obviously is not from the Hanna-Barbera Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Yeah.
It's from the movie, so you got like Matthew Lillard and shit, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo. Who cares?
Yeah,
you know?
Lillard didn't do a terrible job. It's passable.
Okay, I've talked enough now. Robert, your turn.
My turn. I have no knowledge of the DC comic cancellations. This was brought up to me 5 minutes ago, except for the fact that it is making me very depressed, because I have a feeling all the ones that I want to continue reading are going to disappear.
Yeah, the only
DC,
one
why do you keep
Josh.
fucking us? Josh, do you care?
I do. There's a lot of the new series that I get that I've been enjoying the story so far, like Martian Manhunter, Cyborgs. Sinestro is an older one, but Sinestro was kicked so much ass the last few issues with the Traitor storyline, and now we're on to the Paling storyline, which is awesome. I want to see where they're going with this, and I want it to continue because whoever's writing this one, I forget who it is right now, but they're doing an excellent job, and the art is fantastic. I don't want to see Sinestro go away. I don't want to see Cyborg go away. Martian Manhunter I can live without. I think that's a general consensus with the whole DC.
The green guy that can change shapes, nobody gives a shit.
But I would really hate to
That's
see
true.
Sinestro go. I really would, because I've been enjoying that one from the beginning. The whole God, what was it, like the Gods series? What was it? New Gods. I didn't understand any of it because I don't read all the Green Lantern comics and stuff like that. But that was really the only time that I really got bored with the series. Everything else has been fantastic. So hopefully Sinestro, keeps going. If they take Sinestro away, I will be very upset.
The sales on that one aren't too bad, so you might be safe on that
Yes.
What about the Gordon Batman?
one. The sales have been tepid on that, and they're pretty much forcing him to end that early, from what I'm hearing.
And what I can figure is Mr. Bloom. I was talking to Jeremy about this last Wednesday. I'm pretty sure Mr. Bloom's going to do something to Bruce Wayne to make him remember his past, because after he got revived, he didn't get revived by the Lazarus Pit, but after he came back, we found out he had lost his memory for the past. Well, it was the Lazarus Pit. I'm sorry. He lost his memory.
Dumbass. No.
I know. But he lost his memory, so he didn't feel like Batman. He didn't have any connection to the old Batman, so that's why when Jim Gordon went to go ask him for help, he was like, no, I'm fine. But now he's got him mixed up in it again, so we'll see what happens. And that's if he's going to put Bruce Wayne back into the Batman mantle, that's got to be the way to do it, because no other way seems to work in my mind at least. We'll see what he does, and if he does it. 'Cause I've been enjoying Jim Gordon as Batman. It's different, it's new, and it's got a whole new attitude to the book. And I would miss Jim Gordon as Batman. And I know a few people who would agree with me at least. I think, like Jeremy said, the general consensus is that people aren't liking it. So that's why sales are down.
Not just like people walking in the comic book shop and asking me, and me asking them, and that kind of stuff. Just in general, it seems like a lot of people aren't really enjoying that one.
I think it's mostly because they don't like the change. They know Batman is Bruce Wayne and or Dick Grayson, and they say no. This Jim Gordon cannot be Batman. No, and they just don't like it. They don't like the change. Like when Azrael took up the mantle, everyone was like, "Fuck this guy! Who the hell is this guy?" So they can't win when they try to make a new Batman, because everyone just wants Bruce Wayne, and I mean it's still a great comic with or without Bruce Wayne. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
No, it's not just you. I mean, that was supposed to be the point of Batman. It was supposed to be this kind of everlasting type deal. Like, it never had to be one specific guy, but it does always seem to be that way. Whenever DC tries to make some sort of drastic change, it seems to be detrimental to their sales, and then they do something else. Am I the only one that's noticed this? Like, every time DC really tries for a drastic change, it fails, and yet Marvel does anything drastic, and all their sales go up?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't figure this one out. I've been trying for years now. It's just weird.
It is. It's unfortunate, too, because then they backtrack, or they do what they did with the New 52, and they restart everything to restart from scratch, and it's ridiculous.
I mean, for a couple of those, I'm glad they did. Like, I'm glad they restarted the Starfire comic, because I really didn't like what they turned the character into. I liked the aloof alien that was never quite, yeah, exactly. You could make a really comical scene out of damn near anything, like you could have the character wash her hair with peanut butter and be like, what, this isn't the Earth custom? And, it'll give you a little bit of a chuckle and a smile. It's not, they turned her basically into a I'll sleep with anything that looks human kind of character.
So it's kind of like the original Teen Titans animated series, Starfire.
Exactly. All of my experience with the character has been similar to that. Not quite as comical, let's face it, that cartoon series is just like 100% let's get laughs now.
Well, I was talking about the old one, the original one.
Right. I'm sorry. I forget. I'm the only asshole here that watches Cartoon Network.
I don't consider Teen Titans Go anything that should be watched or read in the comic book world because it is just so.
I will give you that.
Annoying.
I will give you that.
Bad.
It's like every time I flip through channels and I go past that now, it seems like there's one of a handful of cartoons on. That is usually one of them.
Mm-hmm. Because they're really trying to sell it too. They got ads in all their comic books. They got ads all over TV, and if they're not getting the ratings, why even keep it? Like, just go back. Everyone wants the original one. You go on the forums, you go on the website. They're like, bring back the old Teen Titans because this stinks. And I don't think they're going to do it because kids nowadays like the floppy, goofy storyline, and they don't want the more serious line. It's ridiculous.
Well, put it on. The problem is that the toys sell, which is why Young Justice was canceled because the toys didn't sell.
Yeah, that's another one that I really thought should have kept going.
I agreed. That was a good one.
Buy the damn toys then.
Sorry, I'm not 12 years old anymore. Hey. I want collectible figures, not...
Hey. I collect statues and action figures. You watch your mouth, sir.
I'm talking about
the dinky toys. The what?
The ones the dinky toys, the ones that'll break the first time you play with them or something like that.
That's kind of like all of them nowadays. I feel like none of them are as durable as they were when I was a little kid. But no, I see where you're coming from. They do rely on the merchandise sales to keep things going, to make sure there's interest. But, I mean, you have to look at it as a whole. And, I mean, am I the only one that's noticed that cartoons don't even reach 20-minute run times anymore? Like, everything seems to be on the, 12 to 15-minute scale.
Rick and Morty usually hits 20 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to admit, Rick and Morty is not aimed at kids. There's a reason why it's on,
Kids don't have attention spans anymore. Why do you think
That's
SpongeBob,
my fucking point! What the hell do you think I was saying this for?
Why do you think SpongeBob has 11-minute episodes?
It's true. I mean, they're doing the Ed, Edd n Eddy format.
You didn't say that was your point. You said, is it
I was trying to get to that fucking point before somebody cut me off, but, whatever.
All's fair in love and point cut off. Your
oh my
god.
Off. The toy fanatic
that was a penis
just tried
joke.
to... Okay.
But
this went down a really fucking weird road, folks.
I'll try and
you
get
know
it back
what?
on track here.
No, you don't even have to, because you know what? We're actually at our time limit for this week.
Oh, good.
Thank God, because next was going to come the foreskin jokes, and everything just falls apart from there.
I wasn't going to say any of that.
Bullshit, you weren't. We know how fucked up you are.
Wow.
Oh, finally, Jeremy makes the bad joke to end the end. Not me this time.
All right, guys, this has been the rant. We appreciate you listening to the whole episode. Hopefully,
and follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Ohio.
Yes, follow Jeremy on Twitter. Don't forget to check out our other series, Versus, and 5-minute reviews. And please, go check out our buddy Josh's channel. That's Jarshcast.
Josh's Opinion.
Sorry, Jarsh's Opinion.
Yeah.
I have
they can check it out if you say the name right.
Well, they'll still find it, because Jarshcast is one of my series on there. And then I also have 3-second reviews, which is one word for a game. Short, sweet, to the point. Take it away, Rob.
Oh, dear God. This has been The Rant, folks. Good night.